With Loctite in your fanny pack, you can help a lot. Loctite.
Nothing will ever sound the same without a Turtle Beach headset. Hear everything. Defeat everyone.
Hello everyone and welcome to HVMP's live coverage of the Busch 125 at Bristol Motor Speedway. We're set to go 125 laps. Qualifying laps have been run. I can tell you for sure that Josh Chin is fastest in qualifying right now. That's a 15.7 here. That's cruising around this half-mile oval. Turns banked 36 degrees. Straights are only 650 feet. And are banked 16 degrees. You're right into the corner. Onto the straightaway and into another corner here. Whenever these guys come to Bristol, it's a bunch of beating and banging, guys leaning on each other. So look for the same today. I'd like to welcome you all to HVMP's coverage. We're glad to have our contract continued with Solstice, and we're going to continue to bring you live coverage throughout the season as much as we can, because hell, we enjoy doing it. I'm Dylan Livingood in the booth, running the cameras, doing the commentary, running the show here. So without further ado, last 14 seconds are getting underway in happy hour. Drivers getting the last couple of adjustments made to their cars before they get on track. So watch for a couple of fast drivers. One of those drivers, that's the 28 there of Ryan Williams, running his 11th lap in happy hour. He's always a tough competitor when he shows up to the racetrack, and he showed his dominance all season long. Unfortunately for him, not able to get the results he wanted to last race, as drivers are starting to get on grid. We'll run you through the starting lineup. As we said, on pole, the number 93 Chevy of Josh Chin. Outside of him, that's the 62 of Kyle Riley. We'll wait for a couple of more drivers to get on. Let's see, outside of him, unfortunately not able to see that paint scheme tonight. I know it's not going to make Stubbs happy, but he had a tribute scheme to the unfortunate events that happened this past weekend. And our thoughts here at HVMP go out to the entire Ward family. And same with Ward, showing his support. We just can't see it. My apologies, that is our fault. But on the outside of him, that's the number 71 of Chris Wetz. And then on the inside of Chris Wetz, that's the 27 of Tristan Hagenstein. Outside of him, that's the 26 of Kevin McAdams. On the inside of row number 4, that's the 28 of Ryan Williams. And outside of him, as drivers get the commands to start their engines on the outside of Ryan Williams. That's the 29 of Matthew Emerson. Look for those two to tangle, and then right behind him, that's the 15 of Keith Sherman and the 80 of Adam Cole. Look for those guys to make it through the front as well. So not a whole lot of pacing time here. We'll bring you back up to the front. These guys down the long 650 feet back straightaway. I said long. I will correct myself here as soon as I can get this cat off of myself. I'm fighting my cat who's stuck. Go over there. Green flag is in the air. My apologies. That's the 93 of Josh Chin on the bottom with 62 of Kyle Riley up top. And out of corner number 2, it's going to be a dead heat. They're beating and banging off of each other for the first position. Still hasn't been settled yet. We're going to come around to the start-finish line. That settles it. That's the 93 of Josh Chin. So the 62 of Kyle Riley now ducks to the bottom side, coming out of 2. Back behind them, battle for third. That is the... Oh, we got a wreck in the back. That is the 41 of Brian Mercurio for 2 weeks in a row with heartache. No caution going to be coming out for that wreck. Oh, and sideways is the 52 of Cody Erdman, and that's going to set off a crash on the back straightaway. That's Ryan Williams spinning out right in front of you. And I believe that's going to bring out a caution. That was right in front of the field, and that was 2 cars involved in that one. So we'll go to your lead car here just to confirm. It's the 93 of Josh Chin. No, they're still racing, so down lap number 5 of 125. It's going to be Josh Chin leading it, coming off of corner number 2, hot on his tail. That's the 62 of Kyle Riley in that Bell South machine, looking to try to make it 2 wins this season. So is Josh Chin, your last week's winner. Third place, good, terrific run for Stubbs in the 3rd position. Always great to see him run up front, but all over his back bumper. That's the 26 of Kevin McAdams, not being able to make it down the back straightaway. Now the 29 looking to make something of that little bobble on the 26 machine. Watch for those 3 cars. Well, 4 cars now under a tablecloth as they come out of corner number 4. To the inside, looks inside. Thought better of it. That's the 26 of Ryan Williams, but looking down low, that's the 29 of Matthew Emerson. Kevin McAdams shuts the door on Emerson. Down into corner number 1. A little bit of gap between those 2 now. Now back down into corner number 3. Still nothing happening out of this battle. We'll go back to our leaders. Now Josh Chin has been able to pull away just 1 car length over Kyle Riley. Those 2 cars setting themselves away and apart from the rest of the field, trying to get away from whatever shenanigans may be happening in the back. And shenanigans, here we go. That's the 26 of Kevin McAdams around the 77, and then here comes the train behind him. That's the 29 of Matthew Emerson, not able to get it done, surprisingly. So Stubbs shuts the door, a little bit of warp from Stubbs, coming off the corner now on lap 11 of 125. Remember, we have 125 laps. I know you guys probably can't see it the best at home, but bear with us here. We're trying things. We're trying to get you as much info as we can. Stubbs up high now. That's going to allow the 29 to get a little bit of a run on the 77. Not able to get it done. 29 with huge pressure all over his back bumper from the 80 of Adam Codal. Now not so much as they go into corner number 3, and now they're spilling onto the front straightaway again. My jaw's starting to hurt just talking about these guys. Again, a very small racetrack. You're in and out of the corners so fast. Not short enough to where you're turning the wheel left all the time, but for sure turning left most of the time around the track. This high 36 degrees of banking helps those cars turn, and that's why these guys are running such fast laps. If you compare this to a track such as Martinsville, that's another half mile on the schedule. A lot longer laps. It's because those are flat corners, even though they have the longer straightaway. So banking playing a huge part, and that might be why the 29 just got a run there on the 77. Is it going to be able to get around him on the bottom side, clearing him out of corner number 4? That's the 29 of Matthew Emerson clearing the 77 of Stubbs, and now Stubbs is under fire from the 80 off the wall, just a tiny bit goes the 77. Now onto the front straightaway. Adam Codall still trying to find a way around the 77. And right behind him, that's the 71 of Chris Wetz. Chris Wetz, a short track ringer, you could call him. Very stout on short tracks, but not showing it right now. He's in the 7th position right now. But, ooh, what a tough battle here for the 6th and 5th positions. And we got a lap car up high. That's the 35 of Nick Cars. That's going to bottleneck everyone behind him, trying to find a way around the lap car of cars. Are these 3 cars? And boy, if that's not confusing, off the wall goes the 77. He's going to have to drop in behind the 71 of Chris Wetz. Tough break for him. Off the wall is Cars. Oh, a little bit of contact there. We just saw that for our own eyes. Or with our own eyes, excuse me. 77 maybe giving the 35 a little bit of a shot, saying, hey, give us a little bit more room next time when you go around to get lapped. So down into corner number 3 goes Stubbs. Behind him is Tristan Hangestein. We're going back through the field. 35, lap car of Nick Cars. 32 of Cody Erdman. Not able to see his scheme today either. 67 to Andrew Schwartz, warping all over his back bumper. And then a little bit behind him is the one of Dylan Smith and Nick Baker. Ryan Williams in your 14th position. Again, tough break for him. He was involved in that wreck. Coming off of corner number 2, still not able to make as much ground up as he'd like, but he's going to try to make some ground up here on the 3 of Steve Rada, the imitator himself in the number 3. Trying to get things done here at Bristol. Again, Bristol, one of Earnhardt's best tracks, winning a whole bunch of wins. Rada trying to follow in his footsteps, trying really hard to hold off the 28 of Ryan Williams. Up high goes Williams. Now to try to get around Steve Rada. Down the back straightaway, Ryan to the inside. The imitator shuts the door. So coming out of corner number 4, again trying to get around him. Ryan Williams can't. He's being patient. He's being nice. Oh, here he goes down low, coming off the corner. Steve Rada up into the wall, down into corner number 3. Ryan has a position down low. Steve Rada up out of the groove, up high, and that settles that. Imitator back to the 14th position. In 15th now, that is the 41 of Brian Mercurio. 16th of the 15 of Keith Sherman in the 16th position. So then we have the 50 of Dudley Smith behind him. And the 93, that's your leader, Josh Chin, already running into lap traffic. Moves Dudley up high. Dudley gets out of the groove. Lets the leader run his race, continue to hit smooth, fast laps. And Josh Chin has been doing just that. Let's go. I know you guys can't see this, but let's look at the fastest lap. Josh Chin has the fastest lap here on lap 29 and 125. His best lap is a 15.731, and right now he's running 16 O's. Not a lot of tire fall off here. We're already 30 laps through the race. Again, a very quick race. About half the distance of yesterday's race. I believe this is 100 kilometers. Last week's race was 200 kilometers. So a sprint race, you could call it, for these guys. And down low goes the 93 at Josh Chin on the 15. Winn-Dixie machine. Lapping another car, running into more lap traffic now. Brian Mercurio all over the back bumper, and as soon as I said that, he disappeared, but he's up to the high side of Steve Rada. Those two are side by side in front of the leader. Who's going to give? Looks like for a second I thought the 41 Mercurio was going to give. Now they're both going to give, possibly, to the high side. Now the imitator, Steve Rada, down to the bottom, possibly holding up Josh Chin, your leader. Low into the wall goes Rada, but that's no big deal for Josh Chin as he gets around all those cars. Now a little bit of contact behind those two. It's a battle for 14th. That's the 15 of Keith Sherman and the 41 of Brian Mercurio. Dead even down the back straightaway. Down into corner number 3, Sherm gets up out of the groove a little bit, and there goes the 41 past him. And while that battle is going on, let's go farther back in the field. The 26 of Kevin McAdams has made it around the 62 of Kyle Riley to take over that second position. So put him to P2. on the leaderboard as he's trying to struggle his way around lap traffic. 62 of Kyle Riley back there. He's behind those 2 lap cars, waiting for McAdams to make a move, open up the door on that lap traffic, so it's not so tough. But Riley all over the back bumper. He's going to try up high while McAdams tries down low. And Dudley, the slower car, the 62 of Riley, having to duck down low. Into corner number 3, down low on Steve Rada. And that's a very tough place for the 62 to be caught in, but he's doing it. He's handling it just fine, getting around the lap traffic. And now, oh, we got a spin off the corner. Who is that? That's the number 93 of Josh Chin, around 77 of Stubbs is upside down. Ladies and gentlemen, he is on his roof, now back on all 4 wheels, but oh, you can hear that motor. Very sickening sound coming out of there. And as soon as I can find my mouse, I will get you guys a replay of that. Some interesting stuff here in the first about 40 laps of this race. Let's, where is my mouse? Ah, knocked it off at all the excitement. So let's get you guys an instant replay here. Brought to you by the only one, or the one and only HVMP. Oh, it appears that, oh, there was a little bit of contact. We'll roll the tape here. 1 and 77, that's the one of Dylan Smith, and the 77 of Stubbs. Battling it out hard. Contact coming off the corner, that's the one of Smith getting into Stubbs. Stubbs around on the backstretch, and just not able to hold it down. Right in front of the 93 of Josh Chin. Josh Chin comes to a dead stop. Not sure if that motor's going to hold up after taking that hard of a hit. Let's get you an instant replay from the onboard of the 93 of Josh Chin. Hard lick, as his day might be done. So from the roof cam of the 93, coming off corner number 2, you see the smoke. And through the smoke, here comes a car. Hello, right in front of you. And a dead stop goes the 93 of Josh Chin. So obviously Chin back here. We'll see if we can get you guys anything from the 93 machine before we go back green. Let's attempt to... Hey Josh, this is Living Good in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, move me back up.
We apologize for that. Still some things to get sorted out with the 93 machine. Obviously upset, obviously a lot of things to go through. So we'll let them sort that out. So back out front now, it's the 26 of Kevin McAdams. I believe they're going to get the 1 to go this time if things are all sorted out. That's Kyle Riley behind him. Flip those 2 numbers around. You got the 62, your second place car. And then third place, that's Chris Wetz sneaking his way up into a top 5, into a top 3 running position today. 4th position is the 80 of Adam Kodal. And 5th place, Cody Erdman. Again, Cody, ton of short track experience. We've had him in the booth a couple of times. Always great to see him run. Always great to see him do well. But that doesn't matter because out front, this is the man, Kevin McAdams, bringing him down to the green flag and into corner number 1. Short trip down into corner number 1. These cars single file now. Kevin McAdams looking to separate himself from the 26. Let's go back farther through the field. 62 of Kyle Riley. 3rd place is Chris Wetz. 4th place, Adam Kodal. 5th place, Cody Erdman. Nothing's changed from the restart. 6th place, Andrew Schwartz. Here's a battle. 93 of Josh Chin trying to make his way up through the field. Maybe less damage than we thought. He's all over the back bumper of the 93 of Matthew Emerson. Let's look for him to come back through the front. Maybe bounce back just a little bit, but Cody Erdman down low on the 80. Onto the apron, back up. as my cat, ow! My cat unhappy that I'm shouting at the screen and not giving her attention. So I will pause just for a second here to calm my cat back down so she doesn't interrupt the broadcast anymore. We'll keep you on this shot. 67 up high. That's Andrew Schwartz. He's dropping back. He loses 2 positions to Emerson and Chin. As I just got clawed pretty bad by my cat. I'm actually bleeding. If you guys are wondering, which you probably weren't. So back to the leaders now. The people you probably actually care about. That's the 26. Oh, and the 62 just biting a little bit of that wall, getting a little nibble from that. So back in the field now. 29 and 93 continuing to make their way up through the field. All over the back bumper, the 52 of Cody Erdman. Look for these guys to finally make their move here in a couple of laps. Erdman bounces it off the apron. And interesting to see. Oh, down the back straightaway, down low. Pulls the slide job. Oh, and slides up into the wall. Still green. Cody Erdman unable to get it done. He goes down pit road. Unable to make the pass on Kodal. And he's going to have to follow pit road speed down and around, I believe. Caution is not out. No, these guys are still racing. Really, really hard. That's the 93 of Josh Chin. Lost momentum. We got Calamity all over the racetrack. That's Mercurio up into the wall. Tough break for him. He was 11th before he hit the wall. Not sure where he's going to cycle back around. But holy cow, let's get you another angle of that slide job almost by the 52 of Cody Erdman. That was incredible. Huge moment there as Erdman might have to come back down unless he can get black flags cleared. He might have to come back down. Going into corner number 3, he ducks it down low. He had the position on Kodal. Kodal pinches him down to the apron, bouncing it off the wall. Both of those cars checking up everyone behind him, including the 93 and the 29. Those are the 2 trying to make headway through the field, and for that to happen right in front of them, not what they wanted to happen. They had to check up for that and slow down. But nonetheless, back live now. The 52 of Cody Erdman running around in the 12th position. 11th position is Mercurio. Let's check to see if they are a lap down. No one a lap down thus far. Oh, wait, no, excuse me. I'm looking. Okay. Neither of those cars one lap down. Cody Erdman 9 seconds off the pace. That's Mercurio 7 seconds off the pace. Interesting how this is being scored, but nonetheless, they just paid me to tell what's going on. So, holy cow, where's our leader? Bouncing it off the wall is the 77 of Stubbs again. So, searching. There's the 26 of Kevin McAdams coming around the lead. Lap number 60. Down into corner number 1. Goes the 26. Lap traffic right in front of him. Down the back straightaway. Let's go farther back through the field. Here's a battle. 71 of Chris Wetz down low and makes the pass on the 62 of Kyle Riley. Kyle trying to cross over, not able to get it done. He's going to try to set him up in this next corner, but look who's right behind those 2. That's the 29 of Matthew Emerson. Not quite affected, or not affected quite as much as we thought in that 29 machine, and now clawing at the 3rd position there. That 3rd position belongs to the 62 of Kyle Riley. As they go down the back straightaway, look at how much Emerson makes up on entry. And he doesn't lose a whole lot of it on exit down the straightaway. So he's definitely gaining just a little bit per lap. Let's go look at and compare the lap times as they get around the lap car barely of Nick Carr's. Kyle Riley running an 15.8. Now at the line, that's a 16.0. Matthew Emerson also running a 16.0. These guys have hit lap traffic. Look for this to get interesting. This bubble might burst. That holds these 3 cars together. As can they hold it through lap traffic? We're going to find out here in just a second. Definitely thick lap traffic here. Going into corner number 3. Chris Sweats down low on the lap car. That's the 85 of Matthew Conti. Now Steve Rada moving up high to let the leaders by. Oh, and a little bit of contact between the 62 and the 29. Got in the back of the 62. 3 up high still. Not out of the way of the leaders. Rada in the way. Getting shuffled out. Scary moment there for 3rd and 4th place. As those two were looking for a battle and then just got caught up in lap traffic. I mean, that's all a part of short track racing. I mean, lap car is unpredictable for the most part. You always expect the unexpected when you're going through lap traffic. Definitely contact between the 3 and the 62 and the 29 was unexpected. So now the 29 has to focus and regain his momentum on the 62. Let's go farther back in the field now. The 93 of Josh Chin caught up in the shenanigans between the 52 and the 80. Struggling a little bit. Just now coming up on that lap traffic. And he's... Oh, as he turns, Dudley Smith. Lap car was in the way. Bye-bye, Dudley Smith. And Dudley able to get it going. No caution, I don't believe. I think we're going to stay green. So we'll go back up here now. Andrew Schwartz all over the back bumper of the 93. I believe the 93 has some engine damage or some sort of damage that is hindering his speed. As excellent move by the 28 down low on the 67 of Andrew Schwartz. Getting it done, getting into the 6th position. Now working around a lap car is the 28 of Williams. And shuffling Stubbs back. Another couple of cars. So those 3 struggling to get caught back up to the leader. They need a caution. So does this man, the 80 of Adam Kodal. Trying to get caught up. Running in front of all 3 of those cars. And then unfortunately getting into this guy right here in corner number 3. Going for a wild ride. Adam almost on his lid. Got up on 2 wheels after he made contact with the outside wall. Definitely one of the more interesting moves we've seen here on HVMP. And I believe this man right here, yes, this is your last car, 1 lap down. Now trying to fight and going to give up the fight to the leader. That's the 26 getting around him. So your leader, Kevin McAdams. Chris Wetz in 2nd. Kyle Riley in 3rd. Matthew Emerson still hunting down the leaders in 4th. Lap 77 of 125. In the books. You see a couple of lap down cars trying to find the 28 and the 93. They're finding their way around the lap car. Josh Chin up into the 5th position. But Ryan Williams coming with a head of steam. Both of those drivers, just unfortunate events knocking them out of today's race. And that's why they're having to claw back. Oh, and they're clawing at each other. Ryan looking down low. Josh Chin shutting the door. Ryan thinking better of it. It's probably for the best as they come back around. Down into corner number 3 and 4. Back around to the start-finish line. Those two still battling. Ryan trying to find a way around him, but still can't. And I don't think it takes an expert to understand that this is a low-line track. But then again, it's Bristol, baby. You got to get underneath that guy, got to move him out of the way. Not a lot of passing opportunities at short tracks such as this. But here's a passing opportunity for the 29 of Matthew Emerson. Down low on the 62 of Kyle Riley into corner number 1. He's going to be able to clear him. Now the 62 drops low. Behind him, Matthew Emerson, car length ahead. Coming into corner number 3. That's going to settle that. Matthew Emerson into the 3rd position. Chris Wett still in 2nd. Still no one has anything for this man right here. That's Kevin McAdams. Still setting a fantastic pace. Several laps into this run, actually quite a few laps into this run. And it's still hitting 16.0s. Again, best lap for him is a 15.752. Let's look at our fastest laps. Josh Chin still the fastest car. Well, his time's still untouched. I don't know if he's still the fastest car after running into Stubbs. But the 29 of Matthew Emerson, second fastest on track, and then it's the 26 of McAdams. And boy, I'll tell you what, that 29 car, not Awesome Bill from Dawsonville, but Matthew Emerson piloting that machine. He's coming with a full head of steam. And, you know, he's right behind Chris Wetz, who's in your second position. Actually, it looks like those three cars are starting to catch up to your leader. So look for that to become an issue. But then again, McAdams not with a whole lot of traffic in front of him. Let's go on the onboard of the 26 as he works his way around the 77 of Stubbs. You see clean track in front of him, and then a short little pack of three cars for him to get around. So McAdams looking to separate himself just a little bit, but you know, this lap traffic really not phasing those three behind him either. And they might have a little bit faster car. Chris Wetz with a 16.1, but that's because he's getting around traffic. Same with Emerson compared to McAdams' 16.1. So I think it's going to be from here on out, whoever doesn't make that mistake that cost them their shot at winning this, you know, they're going to be right there at the finish. And I mean, you can look off the rear bumper and see those guys are coming. So McAdams, no pressure for him just yet. Still, oh, as we got a car around, that's the 3 of Steve Rada, stopped up high in front of the field, looking for an opportunity to get turned back around. There he gets his opportunity. I believe that was Chris Wetz that bounced off of him. No caution yet. But man, that was right in front of God and everyone coming off the corner. Oh, and he got a little bit of help. Yes, he did. And bump. You spin me right round, baby, right round. There goes the 3. And a couple cars clipping him. Huge contact on the 71 machine with the 3. But Chris Wetz, good enough to hold it. And actually, are these green flag pit stops? No, we are under caution. So, those are the cars on pit road. And obviously our caution was for that incident there. We'll have to see if maybe now we can get a word with the 93 of Chin, as he's going to pull it out in the second position right behind McAdams. Let's get him down in here. We've got to ask him what his strategy is going to be on this next restart. Chin laps winding down. What's going to be the strategy from here to the end of the race?
I think it's just hold on and survive. I don't think my car is in good enough shape to win. It's pretty heavily damaged, so can be surviving and get some points. Is
it mostly aero, or is there any mechanical damage to your machine?
I think it's aero and a little bit of engine. It's just really sluggish getting back onto power.
So look for that to heat up. Not sure if Chin's going to be able to have anything for him, but he's starting in the second position. So good luck to him. As car is still under pacing. Matthew Emerson getting those tires warmed up. And not sure if we're going to get the one to go signal this time by or not, but we're going to watch for it. As almost an ARCA start here, everyone up against the wall. And that's going to change as soon as that green flag drops. It's going to be everyone sucked down into the bottom groove. So these cars pace at a slow 45 miles an hour down the back straightaway into corner number 3, waiting for the green flag to be unleashed by the flagman, and then going to unleash all that horsepower underneath the hood. Green flag in the air. That power has been unleashed. Again, sluggish start for the 93, but he's right there on the back bumper of the 26. Not able to get it done. Down into corner number 3. About a car length difference. That's going to stack up Wetz and Emerson into Riley. So these guys down into corner number 1 on lap 97 here. Laps counting down almost, getting the 25 to go signal. So down into corner number 3. Nothing too drastic happening in your top 5. But we'll go farther back down through the field. Again, pretty much single file around this racetrack. The one of Dylan Smith, heavily off the pace. I think Erdman might have a little bit of damage, and same with Dudley Smith. Car on pit road, that's the 41 of Brian Mercurio. Not sure what kind of issue he's having on his machine, but we'll keep you posted here if we find anything out. So looking down low is the 71 of Chris Wetz on the 93, shuts the door on Wetz. Wetz trying to get another run coming off corner number 3. Again, Wetz running on all cylinders. No engine damage to report from the 71 machine. And again, the slower car of Josh Chin sitting in the second position, just waiting for someone to get past him. But like we heard him say, he's just going to try to hold on here for these last couple of laps. So he's your second place car. Third place is Wetz. Fourth place, well, fourth, fifth, and sixth, that's Emerson. That's Riley. And that's Williams. Oh, as Chris Wetz finally gets underneath him. And he's going to clear Josh Chin for the second position. So Chris Wetz regains that position after, you know, the pit strategy being made by the 93. 29 of Matthew Emerson. Stacking up everyone behind him with the 93 in front of him. 29 looking for something this lap. Not going to be able to get it done. And that's going to check up Riley, and down low for a second there I thought was going to be the 28 of Ryan Williams. Ryan backing out of it, letting these guys settle it. 29 down to the bottom on the 93 to take away the third position. Down through the apex of the corner. Now coming back out of the corner. He's going to lose another position to Riley. And he's going to lose another position to Williams. Is he going to lose another position to Schwartz? Schwartz is down low on him. No, he's not. So that'll make your top 3. McAdams, Wetz, and Emerson. Fourth place, Kyle Riley. Fifth place is now Ryan Williams, getting his way back into the top 5 after getting collected in that incident early on in the race. Still hasn't recovered. Again, track position is key in this series in general, and definitely here at Bristol. Bristol, again, high banked, bottom line definitely the preferred line, where you want to be to get that passed, and we've seen almost every pass, unless it was around a lap car, be settled on the bottom. So look for this pass to get settled if there's going to be one. Riley all over the back bumper of the 29, trying to find something. But now he's going to back off to about a car length behind the 29. I see cars going too wide in the back. Let's go follow them. That's the 9 of Nick Baker and the 80 of Adam Kodal. Kodal trying to find his way around the 9. Not able to get it done. These two battling. That's Hagenstein and Sherman. Erdman. And here's a battle. Oh, the imitator on the outside. That's the 85 of Matt Conti on the inside. They make contact. Hard in the outside wall is the 3 of Steve Rada. They're going to get it going again, except for the 85. 85 down low, out of the leader's way. Coming around into corner number 1 is McAdams around that Calamity. But damage being done to the 3 machine by the 85 of Matt Conti. Conti kind of just threw it in there, hoping it would stick, and it didn't. So, you know, temper. If that's what that was all about. If not, then just a pretty unfortunate racing deal between those two. But speaking of throwing it in, Matthew Emerson, I was talking to him before today's race. He pretty much said that's how you run this place. You just kind of throw it in, hope it sticks, and then once you get to that Food City 500 sign, you just kind of punch the gas and hope it sticks off the corner as well. So definitely different ways to drive this track. But you can tell when these guys get right up on each other, they're trying to do whatever the guy in front of them is doing to try to gain just that little extra inch on them. And so far, Riley not able to get that extra inch and get on the inside. So Chris Wetz and McAdams now. Chris Wetz gaining a little bit of time back on McAdams. 7.90 was Chris Wetz's last lap. Now an 8.32 to an 8.28. So here's the lap car of Steve Rada. Look for this to get interesting. Where's Rada going to go? He's going to go down low. Not yielding to the leaders yet. What's he going to do in this corner? He's going to let him go down to the bottom line. Steve Rada to the high line, letting the leaders race this one out. Again, under 10 laps to go here at Bristol in Tennessee. That's where we're at, if you folks are wondering. Lap 119 of 125. McAdams looking to get it done here, and he's only got to hold on just a couple of more laps, and he will be able to claim his, I believe, first victory of the season. I'll have to check my stats on that. I may be wrong, but I don't believe he won either Riverside or Richmond. But again, correct me if I'm wrong on that one. So McAdams looking to bring home the hardware in Bristol. Lap 121 now of 125. Chris Wetz still not a whole lot for him. Chris Wetz, his steam has sort of ran out that he had earlier on in this run. And in the past, well, I'd say about 10 laps. Compared to that, he's lost a little bit of steam. So if Wetz can focus and get a couple more good laps, he might be able to get right up to the back bumper of the 26, but it doesn't look like the 26 is going to run into any lap traffic. As we'll go back out to this camera view, where you see clean track in front of the 26 of McAdams. Closest car to being lapped is the 50 of Dudley Smith. Not sure if that's going to get done, but the lap car could come into play here in these last couple of laps. McAdams, 2 laps to go now. Down into corner number 1, coming out of corner number 2. Chris Wetz still not there, but lap cars now starting to become a factor. White flag is in the air for McAdams. If he can bring it around just one more half a mile, he's going to be able to be victorious. And a first-time winner in the Solstice Retro Series. Down into corner number 3, Chris Wetz, nothing for him. So coming out of corner number 4, it's going to be Kevin McAdams getting his first win in the Solstice Loctite Retro Series. Chris Wetz in second. Third place is Matthew Emerson. Fourth place, Riley. Little upset with Rada. Sixth place, Schwartz. Fifth place, Ryan Williams. Eighth place, heartache for Josh Chin again. And this gaggle of cars, a couple of upset people. As our final finishing order, it's going to be McAdams, followed by Wetz, followed by Emerson, followed by the 62 of Riley, and rounding out your top 5 is the 28 of Ryan Williams. 6th place, Andrew Schwartz. 7th place is Nick Baker. 8th place is Josh Chin in the 93. 9th place, Adam Cottle. Rounding out your top 10. How ironic that those two ended up finishing next to each other. That's the 80 and the 52. Of Codal and Erdman. So 11th place is Dylan Smith. 12th place, Tristan Hagenstein. 13th place is Keith Sherman. 14th place, Steve Rada. 15th place, Matt Conti. 16th place is Dudley Smith, rounding out your people who ran the complete race. People who retired early, that's the 41 of Brian Mercurio, the 35 of Nick Cars, and Stubbs' engine let loose after that contact with Chin. So let's go pull you in for a couple of interviews here if we can. We'll try to get you your winner if he's still here. Kevin McAdams, your winner. Now, Kevin, did that go the way you expected it to, or things turn out a little bit different?
Well, Dylan, first of all, I'd like to thank all the guys that ran everything tonight. Josh, all the guys at Solstice. I'm really glad that I can come to a place and race. But overall, I was actually pretty surprised by the result. I really thought Josh Chin was going to be the favorite. Unfortunately, he got into an early race incident and had to resort to strategy to stay up front. So I do feel bad for that team. He really was the class of the field. But no, the racing was good. Definitely expected a top 5, but I didn't expect to dominate the second half. Although Chris Wetz was really fast at the end, and it really took a lot to hold him off. So great race, great racing overall.
So you brought up strategy. What was the strategy like as far as pit stops went this race, since it was a little bit shorter race than maybe what you're used to?
I mean, 4 tires is always going to be the fastest way around this track. I mean, as you can see on the last restart, Josh Chin took 2 tires and he fell from second. I don't even know where he finished, but that's proof right there that 4 tires was definitely the way to go. You can make it on 1 stop with fuel. So as soon as that second caution came out, we were pretty set on fuel. But if this race had gone green, the pit stops on the green would have been certainly interesting. But glad everything worked out the way it did. I'm proud of this team. I'm proud of the clean racing by everybody tonight.
And a great race indeed. Kevin, thank you for your time. As we'll send him on his way. See if we can pull someone else down. We've been trying to get this guy for an interview all season long. He's been avoiding us. Matthew Emerson. Please tell me you're there. He's not there. All right, so we'll throw him back up there. Chris Wett's not available for an interview. Let's see. Kyle Riley has declined interview. Let's get Ryan Williams. Ryan, a little bit of confusion up here in the booth as to what happened. We didn't have enough time to go back and really look at the incident that took place early on in the race. Could you walk us through what happened?
Yeah, Cody Erdman just ran out of talent going into turn 3, I think, or turn whatever. And just hit the apron and started spinning in front of me, and I just twitched up high to miss it and got looped around. So that's how I got so far back from the get-go.
Now, you had to play catch-up the entire race. Were there things you were trying to do as far as strategy and, possibly, on track to gain more positions?
That second run, I wasn't good on gas because I forgot to take full 2 cans, so I was saving, I was losing time. But that last run, I was just trying to go hard, and I ended up burning my tires off really early on in the run, so I just lost ground to Emerson and Kyle, but, it was no big deal.
Nonetheless, after being that far back, 5th place doesn't seem too bad. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Jesus Christ. He's my main bro. And Texaco Havla and SKF, all the get-go guys, they've been with me from the get-go, so.
So, just the usual there in the 28 camp. Thanks for your time. And
also, shout out to Alex Gordon, my #1 fan.
Shout out to Alex Gordon. Gordon, thanks for watching. If you're not watching, then I don't know why you're not watching, because you should be watching. That was an exciting race. I don't know about you down in the car there, Ryan, but, man, a lot of interesting moments, a lot of scary moments with the lap cars. Let's talk about that for a second, because we saw that bite a couple of people. Were the lap cars really unpredictable this race?
They weren't really super unpredictable. I mean, you knew that they were probably going to self-spin at some point, because the drivers that self-spin every week tend to do it every week. So it was more or less avoiding that than it was them just being slow.
So already, Ryan Williams says it best, as always. And that's about all the time we have here on HVMP. So again, thanks everyone for watching. Definitely always fun when I can hop in the booth, call these races for these great guys at Solstice Racing. Big thanks to Caleb Paul for letting me do this. Big thank you to Loctite for coming on board this series. Again, big champions a total car care pack being awarded to the champion of this series. So if you'd like to get in on the action, type in your web browser www.solsticeracing.net and sign up, make an account. Sign up. Again, Retro Series, not the Beginner Series, but we do have one of those. That is the Dash Series. That runs tomorrow night. That means you can still get in on the action if you want to. So go ahead and sign up and race against these guys such as Ryan Williams and Kevin McAdams. A couple big names you'll be able to put yourself up against. But like I said, that's all we got time for. Thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you next week.
Hi, I'm Levi LaValle, and I'm a professional snowmobile athlete. X Games is awesome. Every time you go there, you just go fully prepared, ready to do battle, and lay it all on the line. Crossing that finish line and giving that fist pump is like nothing else. I may be nuts, but I definitely don't have a screw loose with Loctite on my team.
Loctite, reliable performance, extreme results.
Derek, Loctite's go-to glue works on almost any surface. You realize what this means for us?
I knew you'd be here. I knew it, my dear.
Loctite party!
Lewis.
No.
With Loctite in your fanny pack, you can help a lot.